are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty.
This is Daz with Pretty Girls Love Sports, and I'm sitting here with the head coach of South Carolina State University, head coach Barry. Super exciting guy, super explosive. I love the way he talks. He motivates me as if I'm on the field. So we're going to get some good questions in today to really see what he's going to do coming into the season. So, Coach Barry, I got to talk to you at the Legacy Bowl, and I think there is where I kind of fell in love with you again, like your passion and your coaching. So talk to me a little bit about Dog Nation. Talk to me about your motto for this year. And I know that you're coming in as a first year, but you have experience underneath your belt, so it doesn't feel like a first year experience for you.
No, not at all. Obviously I spent a lot of time in the MEAC. I spent 10 years in the MEAC, and then I spent 7 years in the SWAC. So prior to my time at Benedict College, I spent 17 years of my career on the Division I level. So I understand the traditions and the history of the MEAC football, and I'm excited about it. And to be at South Carolina State following the legendary Buddy Pugh. There's only one Buddy Pugh. That's my guy, man. And I tell you what, he's done a great job of being a resource for me to be able to go with questions that I need answered. He's done a great job of getting them answered for me. And, just excited overall about the team that we have and what we're all about. Our motto for this year is pay the fee. Pay the fee. It costs to be a champion. It costs. It's not free. Because if it was free, everybody would be a champion. But it costs to be a champion. We just want to pay the fee, and that's focus, effort, and execution each and every day. And I tell you what, if our young men buy into that, we like our chances. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's been a great ride. Our mindset is begin with the end in mind. There's a book wrote by Stephen Conley, okay? It talks about 7 habits of success, highly successful people. Number 2 of that is begin with the end in mind. Our mindset is on one mission at the end. That's Celebration Bowl. But we're going to begin, all right, locked in, and we're going to talk about it one time. Our very first team meeting, we're going to talk about that. Other than that, we won't even talk about it no more. But we got to fall in love with the process of going 1-0 every day.
I genuinely love that. Begin with the end in mind. So we're gonna keep that. Your first game of the season, you're going to be facing the defending national champions. I know there's probably lots of talk about if you guys are going to be up to par to, go against them. You're the first-year coach. So talk to me a little bit about that scheme and what does it mean for you all going against the defending champs?
Well, it's a new year. Whatever happened in 2023 happened in 2023. For us, we have a new team, all right, we have a new season, but we got the same mission, and our mission doesn't change. We just try to go 1-0 every day. We're going to have an opportunity to go down to Bragg Stadium, and that's our focus. Just come out of there. We're going to get 60 minutes, and we're going to try to leave out of there 1-0. That's our whole philosophy. That's our whole mindset. But it's a lot of things that got to take place for us to get there. Today is July 23rd. We just want to try to win the day-to-day. We want to be the best we can be as a football team, as a football program. So when we get to that day on August 31st, we'll be ready to go 1-0 on that day as well. So we just fall in love with the process. Our philosophy is chop wood, carry water, fall in love with the process. Don't worry about the end goal. Fall in love with going 1-0 every day, and we feel like we can do that. Once we get to game day, we'll be ready to go.
So, Coach, I know that you're saying you want to win every day 1-0, but what really would it mean to be 1-0 to just quiet that noise?
Well, that's all about. And I always talk about just 60 minutes of ball. Each team's got to line up. Regardless of what they did in 2023, regardless of what South Carolina State did in 2023, we have new teams. They have a bunch of new guys. We have a bunch of new guys. They have a new head coach. We have a new head coach. Now we're going to get 60 minutes to be able to show the world. I understand the mystique about playing at Bragg Stadium. That's all good. But at the end of the day, last time I checked, the field is 100 yards long, 53 1/3 wide. And at the end of the day, we got to bring our A game. All right, Bulldog Nation will show up. We'll be loud and proud, and we'll be ready to go. So we'll see how it goes. Let the chips fall where they may.
Talk to me a little bit about this explosive offense and this dominating dog defense.
Excited about the young men. First of all, I'm excited about the coaches. We'll put our young men in a position to be successful. Now it's up to them to go and execute. What we're going to do on offense, we'll be explosive because we have explosive players, but it starts with the big guys up front. How many places in America are returning all 5 offensive linemen coming back? That's huge because it all starts up there with the big guys. All right, we love where we are in the depth of the offensive line. We love where we are in the depth of quarterback position, running back position, tight end position, and receiver position. So we really like the opportunities that we'll have this 2024 season on offense. On defense, the dog defense. I mean, that's what it's all about at South Carolina State. And anybody that knows South Carolina State football, they're known for their defense. So, our defensive coordinator, Jordan O'Dowford, he'll have those guys ready to go. And we've really bulked up the defensive line. All right, that's where it all starts at. You got to be able to stop the run. And we have some guys up front that can make it happen. And our defense is led by Aaron Smith. He's an all-conference linebacker. He's the real deal. He's a great person. He's a great human being. And he's a great football player. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we have some guys in the back end that we've created some length, some depth, some guys that can make some plays. And we can't forget about special teams, because that's a third of the game. You got to be great. Special people play on special teams. And we feel like we have some special guys to be able to put it all together at the end of the day. That's why they call it a team. Each of us needs all of us. And I really, really love this football team that we got coming to South Carolina State this year.
Your 5 also offensive linemen coming back and returning. That's super important for the veteranship and the leadership for your team. Now, who's returning for your offense, and what is that looking like for you this season?
Well, we have 8 returning starters on offense, and I talked about the offensive line, led by Nick Taste, our preseason All-American. And he's not only an All-American on the field, he's an All-American person. All right, but those guys are all coming back. 5 starters, and then we were able to add some more depth in that room. We signed a couple guys. We brought in a couple guys from the last institution I was at, so they have familiarity with what we're doing. So we're really good up front. We really like our chances up front. And our tight end, we have an all-conference tight end. I tell you what, man, Keyshawn Toney is special. He's a talent in himself, but he's a professional. He's a professional, although he's not on the professional level yet. Everything he does, he's in grad school. He does everything right in the weight room. He does everything right in the classroom, and he's an amazing tight end. We're returning all-conference Justin Smith-Brown, who is one of our wide receivers. I mean, he's explosive wide receiver. He's fast, he's explosive, and he's ready to go. And we also have a young man by the name of Jordan Smith. So we have 8 returning starters on offense coming back, and then we've added in a lot of explosive pieces, starting with the quarterback position. We brought in a young man by the name of Eric Phoenix, who's a true dual-threat quarterback. He knows our offense. He was my starter in 2022 at Benedict College, so he has familiarity with what we do and how we do it, and he's a winner, ultimately at the end of the day. And we also signed a young man by the name of Ryan Stubblefield. He's a transfer from Incarnate Word, and he's a special dual-threat talent as well. So we really like our chances with what we do up there. Now, the guys in the backfield, we lost a really, really good back with the young man that they had that moved on to the University of South Carolina last year, but we really like our backfield. We have some guys in that backfield that can make it happen, that can dot the I and cross the T. So we really like where we are on offense at South Carolina State.
I pretty much know the answer to this, but I do have to ask, because the transfer portal is such a big thing in college football nowadays. How has the transfer portal, if at all, has it affected your team?
Well, absolutely. It's definitely, that's the way of the world now. Our philosophy always is recruit them, retain them, develop them, then graduate them. But in today's game, it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
You just try to treat them right while they're there. The experience that they have while they're there, that's what it's all about. But the transfer portal, we had 2 young men from last year's team that entered the portal, and they chose to go. Sometimes they say the grass is not always greener. On the other side, the grass is greener where you water it. But they felt like that they wanted to go to another place and get another opportunity. And those are 2 great young men. I have nothing but good things to say about those 2 young men. And ultimately, we kept everybody else there. Now, how does the transfer portal helped us? We brought in the right fit. For us, it's not about just taking transfers. A lot of institutions, they just load up on transfers. But a lot of those transfers may have been a problem where they were. A lot of those transfers may have been at a place where, ultimately they didn't get a lot of burn or time. So they're coming to try to prove themselves on our level. I take transfers that fit us, whether they're Division II, whether they're FCH, they were productive where they were. I want guys that are produced, and they've already shown it on the field. And those are the guys that we brought in. Yes, we brought in a couple FBS guys, but ultimately we bring in the right guys that's the right fit. Who fits our discipline, who fits our culture, who fits what we're all about every day. And if guys not fitting us the right way, whether that be coaches or players, they won't be in our program.
Fit. You've said this word a lot, fit. So if you had to describe, outside of the few things that you've already mentioned, the mentality, what would make the great fit of a South Carolina State Bulldog football player?
Well, he's got to have the right mindset. We're all about mindset. You win between the ears. Everybody's got talent. But it's a certain mindset you got to have when you come to work every day. And our young men have to fit what we're all about. And that starts with discipline. If they don't have discipline, they can't come to South Carolina State. Because that's what we're all about. You win with discipline and you win with people. And you have to have the right fit of people.
I love that, but I also love this huge ring on your hand, Coach. We have to talk about it. You have to look at it. Got to get it. Do you see it? So just showing and proving the type of championship mentality. What do you want everybody in the MEAC to know about South Carolina State University Bulldogs that they may not already know, but maybe they should be expecting?
We'll be ready. You know, South Carolina State, traditionally, you know, they've won 18 MEAC championships. They know how to win. And we're just want to fall in love with the process. We're following. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, you know, giants in the coaching profession. And it's our job now. We got the pen. Now we got a chance to write our own story. It's up to us what we write on that paper. So we're excited about it. We're ready to rock and roll. And our young men are chopping at the bit to get started next week. We'll go a championship mindset training camp. We'll be ready to go 1-0.
I love it. 1-0, Coach. Congratulations on being your first-year coach here at South Carolina State, but congratulations on a longevity career, and I can't wait to see what you do for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. No dollars.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.